Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part of a video I made how to cut and sew a male shirt. So this part I decided to cut it out. So this part I'll be teaching you guys how to make a male sleeve, how to cut a male sleeve. So I want you guys to make sure you watch to the end and make sure you subscribe. If you haven't liked this video, make sure you click on the like button now and make sure you share it to your friends. Thanks and may God bless you. I love you.
So now we are about making a short sleeve for this our shirt. So in order to make it, I'm going to teach us the complete way on how to make a short sleeve. Now look at it here. In order to make a short sleeve, you notice I folded my material into two. Are you seeing it? I folded like excess material. Then for you, if you don't want to fold excess material, if you want to know the width you have to fold and the length you have to fold. Now see how it works, guys. The width to fold is in accordance to the shoulder. Like look at it. The armhole. As you can see, look at from here to here is the armhole. Is it showing? Yeah. From here to here is the armhole length, which is actually what? 10 inches. So this 10 inches, just add extra 2 inches to it, making it what? 12 inches. So the width you're supposed to fold is what? 12 inches and above. Nothing less than 12 inches. Do you understand? While talking of the length of the sleeve, the length we are going to fold. The length of the sleeve is 10 inches. Do you understand? You can add extra 2 inches to it, making it what? 12. So that means what we are supposed to fold is 12 by 12. Do you understand? 12 by what? 12. Okay, now let me mark it out for us to know this is actually what we are supposed to fold. 12 by 12. Okay guys, as you can see, this is it. So if you like, you can take your scissors and cut it out. Do you understand? You can take your scissors. Remember what I said, from here to here is just the armhole length, which is 10 plus extra 2 inches allowance. Do you understand? While from here to here is the length of the sleeve plus 2 inches allowance. 10 inches plus 2 inches allowance, giving us what? 12 inches. Okay, so this is it. Are you seeing it? Okay, so I can actually cut it off. But for the sake of this tutorial, there's no need. Let's just continue. Okay, this is the part we are going to start from. Do you understand? So first thing we have to do is, remember we have already marked out what we want. Look at it, 10 inches plus 2 inches, making it what? 12. So next thing we need to do, look at it. Next thing we need to do is to get what we call the armhole base. Look at it from here to here. Are you seeing it? From here to here. It's very, very important for this particular tutorial. So let's check what we have there. So what do we have? What we have there is
2.5 inches.
Do you understand? Now look at it. From here, are you seeing it? Make sure you get down with what?
2.5 inches.
Are you seeing it? Get down with
2.5 inches.
Then you are going to be connecting it to the middle part of from here to here. Now the middle part of from here to here, which is 12, is 6. Now look at it, 6 inches. Are you seeing it? It is 6. Now you don't connect it exactly to this point. Now look at what you do. You see on this 6 inches, make sure you step down with what? Half. Okay. Now when you step down with half, look at it. Connect from here down to that half. Are you seeing it? Connect from here down to that half. Then make sure you connect it now to the middle part of from here to here, which is actually 3 inches, which is around here. Now look at it. Are you seeing it? This is it. Okay. So now we are done to make use of this one. Next thing we need to do is to get the sleeve length. Sleeve length is 10 inches. Are you seeing it? 10 inches. Okay. Mark it out and use your rule to connect 10 inches. And the remaining one, which is the 2 inches for the hemming allowance. So now let's mark out the round sleeve, the sleeve circumference. Do you understand? So for the sake of this tutorial, the sleeve circumference is how many? 14.5. Are you seeing it? Yeah. Now 14.5 divided by 2, which is going to give us 7 1/4. 7 1/4. Okay, now look at it. 7 1/4. Are you seeing it? Now you add extra 2 inches for your allowance. Are you seeing it? So normally you're supposed to connect this thing from here down to here. Look at it. From here. Are you seeing it? Down to here. Are you seeing how it was? Connected from here down to here. Then you can take it down straight. There's something I want to teach you. I want to teach you what we call the bicep, the upper arm. The circumference of the bicep is 15 inches. Are you seeing it? So now, for you to mark it out, see how you do it. From here, mark something like 5 inches. Please use these 5 inches permanently whenever you want to mark bicep. You understand? So from here now, 15 divided by 2 is how many? 7.5. So add extra 2 inches here. Now as you can see, the other one we marked was not in correspondence to this one, but it's still not a problem. That's just the truth. So if you want it to be exactly this, all you do is connect it like this. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now, next thing we need to do, normally what we do is we take this thing straight down. But please, there's something I want you to do. Don't take it straight down. From this point, take it like, step out with extra ½ inch. Are you seeing it? Step out with, so at the end of the day, you have something like this. Look at it. Are you seeing it? You have something like this. Now, take your scissors and then cut it off. But before you cut it off, you have to cross-check something in order to be sure of one particular thing. Now, look at what you need to cross-check. Keep your pattern like this or your material like this. Now, measure from here. Are you seeing it? Measure from here down. Are you seeing it? Measure from here down. Okay. When I measure, what did I get here? 11.5, getting up to 12. Also, do the same thing to know whether you can get the same thing here. Now, measure 11.5, getting up to 12. So what do we have here? About 12. So that means it is okay. In a situation whereby you see that this one is lesser, it means that it cannot work, so you have to increase it. Do you understand? So let it not be that when you finish sewing, you will not be like one is longer than the other. Do you understand? It is very, very important you know that. So next thing you need to do is to cut it off. So let's cut it off. Okay, so as you can see, we have cut it off. Are you seeing it? So make sure you notch here. Now there's something I want to show you. Some of us might be wondering why this. Now look at the reason for this. When you hem your material, now look at what happens. When you hem it, it helps you. See, are you seeing something? Wait, let me show you. When you hem it, see what usually happens. Are you seeing it? When you hem it, it relaxes with this part. Are you seeing it? Rather than when you keep it like this, when you hem, see what usually happens? It shortens. Do you understand? So that's the essence of that. So in a situation whereby even after hemming its excess, you can cut it off. Do you understand? It's very much okay, rather for it to be shortened in any way. So now at the end of the day, now look at the next thing we are going to do. Remember we applied armhole effect here. Now most of us don't know that you apply the same thing on the sleeve. Now let's do it. Let's see how we do it. Open up your sleeve like this. Are you seeing it? Now make sure you face it front to front or back to back, either way. But you must make sure that this side faces this side or this side will face the other side. Now place it equally like this. Place it equally like this. Are you seeing it? When you place it equally like this, next thing you need to do is to look at the mid part of this, mark out ½ inch. That is from here to here, like ½ inch. Are you seeing it? So all you need to do, start from the center, make sure you reduce it like this, then that down to where it's going to match. Do you understand? So that is, so next thing you need to do is to mark out that place, that side. That side is going to be the front part of your sleeve. Do you understand? Now look at how it's going to be the front part of your sleeve. Whenever you keep the dress, look at it. You must, this place must be the front part of the sleeve. Else, if you put it the other side, it is very, very wrong. Do you understand? So this is really how to cut a sleeve. So next thing we are going to be doing now, we are just going to prepare it and then sew it. Do you understand? Okay. Guys, look at what I mean. This is the sleeve. It has 2 inches. Are you seeing it? We are going to be preparing. Now the easiest way of preparing the sleeve, look at it. Place both of them the same way. Do you understand? This time it's not front to front. Just place both of them so that, are you seeing it? Just like this. Okay. Place it. Okay. Make sure the base part is 100% equal. Okay. Now when you are done, next thing you have to do, this is the 2 inches. Next thing you have to do is to fold it out like this. Both of them. Are you seeing it? Help me and hold this one. Okay. Okay. So when you are done, next thing you need to do is to take your iron and then iron it out. Take your iron and then iron it out. Remember, you are ironing everything out. Okay. Now let me cross check to see whether they are equal. They are actually equal. Are you seeing it? Okay. Next thing you need to do is to remember what we did previously. Fold this one also. Iron. 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 Okay. Now at the end of the day, fold it back again and do the final ironing. Are you seeing it? Okay, remember I'm doing this on both of them. Now this is what I'm doing on both of them, so that let it not be that one, at the end of the one is longer than the other one. That is the reason. So when you are done, release both of them. Are you seeing it? Now use your hemming gum. Use it and gum on one of them. Just like this. We are still going to be sewing on top of it, but this hemming gum is to just help you to hold it firm. Are you seeing it? Okay. Okay, so you guys can see this one is actually ready. Now look at that stuff I said. If you're having any excess here, all you have to do is to cut it out. Are you seeing it? Just cut it out. Please do the same thing on the second one. Okay guys, as you can see, look at it. This is what you do both on the left and on the right. So you do the same thing on the sleeve. Look at it. On the sleeve, you have to do exactly the same thing. Do you understand? Do the same thing on the sleeve. Start by closing the sleeve from here at the very edge. Okay guys, look at it. We are done with the sleeve. Do you understand? Do it both on the left and on the right. Okay, as you can see, next thing we are going to be doing now, we are going to be putting the sleeve, fixing the sleeve. Now, like I told you guys, what you need to do is fold this thing in a way that, look at it, it will be equal here. Are you seeing it? Then you have to iron it out such that you use your scissors to notch here. Do you understand? When you notch it means that the center of the shirt is no longer here, rather here. Do you understand? So while fixing the sleeve, the center of the shirt, which is here, versus the center of the sleeve. Do you understand? Okay, so do the same thing on the other side. So now let's fix the sleeve. Like I told us, we are going to be using this English method of stitching, which you are not going to see any weaving anywhere. It's called interlocking or any kind of stitch you want to call it. But you guys are going to see how we are going to get it. Now look at it. Face it like this. Are you seeing it? Then place it. Are you seeing the middle part? Now before you do this, remember we marked the front part of our dress. Are you seeing it? That here is not matching to the front part. So that means it is the other sleeve that's supposed to match to this side. Do you understand? Okay, now look at it. Look at the other sleeve. So now face it front to front. Now you notice that the place we apply the armhole effect is not corresponding to the front. Are you seeing it? Before you mistakenly take the left and put on the right, take the right, put on the left. Please just note that. So now look at it. Place it like this, center to center. Then you now use ½ inch and a sew. Do you understand? Use ½ inch and sew. So let's do that, guys. Start from the center like this. Use the ½ inch and a sew. Are you guys seeing it? Okay. So when you are done, turn the other side. Do the same thing down to the other side of the sleeve. Please guys, whatever you are doing on this sleeve, just know that you are going to be doing exactly the same thing on the other part of the sleeve. So guys, now you are done. Remember, we are not going to be leaving here like this. We said we are going to be doing English way of sewing it. Do you understand? That is interlocking in a way that you're not going to see any part overlocked or weaved. Okay, so now what you are going to be doing, now look at it. I want you guys to pay attention to what we are going to be doing. Now you seeing it, you can have this side which is facing here, the material, then you can have this side which is facing the sleeve. Are you seeing it? Now what I want you to do is, in order for it to be easy for you, what I want you to do is use your scissors. Are you seeing it? Use your scissors, then trim out this particular side, the one facing the body of the dress. Are you seeing it? Trim it out just like this. This is to enable this thing when you are stitching it so that it will not be so huge. Do you understand? Okay. And also remember, whatever you are doing on this sleeve, the same thing you are going to do on the other one. Are you seeing it? Okay, remember it's this side that we reduced. Turn it toward this way. Now look at what you are going to be doing. Are you seeing it? Fold it like this. Are you seeing it, Kelechi? Fold it like this. Okay. Then when you fold it like this, you now start sewing. Okay. Then first of all, make sure you backstitch before you start sewing. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now when you immediately you start sewing, look at it. We are going to be folding as we sew. Now look at it. Are you seeing it? Please don't just fold and start sewing. When you fold, sew, but make sure that here, are you seeing it? Do your hand like this. Make sure it is relaxed so that you know also at the end of the day to go and buck up somewhere. Now look at it. Let's sew. Please, as you are sewing, make sure that your stitching is equal so as to give you an equal stitch. Do the same thing here, please. Are you seeing it that it's not hard in any way? Okay. Now look at it. Also keep expanding here so as for it not to buck up somewhere. Okay. Now continue. It's very, very simple, guys. There are many ways of doing this same thing, but for the sake of this particular tutorial, this is the method I'll be using, the method I'm already using to teach you guys, because I think this is the simplest for you to learn. Like I say, whatever you do on this, make sure you do the same thing on the other one. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now we are almost done, and we are still going to be working on the other sleeve. Okay guys, look at it. Are you seeing it? So neat. Now let's turn the front. Let's see what we have here. Are you seeing it? Very nice. So neat. Are you seeing it? Okay, so let's do the same thing on the other sleeve. Okay, so now we are done stitching here, both the left and the right. Do you understand? So it's now time to close this side. Now there's something very important I want you guys to notice. You will notice that when I was stitching here, I used the normal way of stitching. That means I stitched from the inside, then turned it back. Okay, I'm not going to be doing the same thing here. I'm not going to be stitching from the inside. Now I'm going to be stitching from the outside. Yeah. Do you understand? Yes. On this particular part. Then on the armhole, do the normal thing, then fold from the inside. Then here you are stitching from all the way from the outside. Do you understand? Yeah. That is the standard. That's how to do it. So now you have to measure out the round sleeve. Are you seeing it? So what is our round sleeve? 14 and a half. Let's use 15. Let's use 15. I don't want it to be so fitted on the person. Do you understand? So let's use 15. Now look at it. Measure and mark out 15. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now make sure everything is well seated. Now we are not going to start sewing. Are you seeing it? Now close, stitch first. Now arrange everything and start stitching. Now there's something I want to let you guys know. The side, depending on how many inches did we add? 1 inch. So if I want, I'll use 1 inch and sew. Then if you still want to add more allowance to the shirt, you can use ½ inch or more and sew. Do you understand? Okay, so let's start. Now make sure that here they are equal. Are you seeing it? Everything's supposed to be equal so that your work will come out well. Now let's start sewing. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now let me arrange here. Then we still sew. Make sure everywhere is equal. Whatever you do on this particular point, do it on the other side. Do you understand? Then when you are done, now look at what I want you guys to do. This side that is having excess, you have to reduce it to like 3/4 or 1. Do you understand? Okay, make sure that it is equal to every other part. Are you seeing it? Okay, make sure that it is equal to every other part. So next thing you need to do is, remember when we are making the armhole, we shorten the particular point. Now the part that we are going to shorten now is the one coming from the front part. Are you seeing it? So let's shorten it. Now look at it. Look at it. Are you seeing it? We are shortening it now. Please be careful so as not to make mistake and cut the other side of your dress, because that is the side you are going to be finishing it with. Are you seeing it? So now you are done. What are you going to do? You're going to expand it and lock it up. The English method of stitching. Lock it up, the interlocking. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. It's going to be coming towards the front part. Remember, it's the front part we reduced. Any part you'll be facing it to is the part you're going to reduce. Now look at it. Now let's fold and continue our stitching. Are you seeing it? Let's fold like this. Okay guys, as you can see, we are done stitching it out. Now look at it. Are you seeing it? We are done stitching it out. Are you seeing it? Okay, we are done stitching it out like this. So all you need to do is to use your scissors and remove other pieces. Yes. So next thing we are going to be doing now